What's up guys, this is Sunny back with another video. So you guys wanted a gaming PC under $200, right? So guess what, I built a gaming PC for you guys under $200 for $150. You can play any 1080p game at mid or high setting, but some of the game you have to lower your setting a little bit. I just finished watching Linus $151 gaming PC and he can hardly play any game with this PC, but I do understand he went with all the new parts. You cannot build a gaming PC under $200 with new parts because you're not gonna get the same performance. So that's the reason guys, the best way to build a gaming PC under $200, you have to go with used parts. So yes, nowadays you can buy a lot of used parts from eBay, Craigslist, Facebook, but I do recommend buying used parts from at least eBay. So if anything goes wrong, you will get your money back. So the motherboard I went with Dell OptiPlex 790 SFF motherboard and i5 2400 CPU combo for $30. Yes, you can pick up a Dell 790 motherboard for really good deal. So real quick, let's just look at the motherboard I/O. As you guys can see, the motherboard comes with 2 PSU port, 1 Ethernet jack, 6 USB 2, 1 display port, 1 VGA and also audio interface. Also, the motherboard comes with PCIe Express 2.0 16x slot, so you can go with any graphics card. You are not going to lose any performance. Now, if you guys are wondering where is the front panel connector, it's right top on the RAM slots. As you guys can see, I had to break it a little bit so I can connect the parts with, but works perfectly fine. You can install up to 4 sticks of RAMs, all the way up to like 32 gigs RAMs, but with only 1333 megahertz. Now, I only have 8 gigs of RAM, so perfectly fine for gaming. Also, this motherboard will only take a 4-pin CPU power connector, so don't worry. 400 watt power supply is perfectly fine, the one I'm using, and I'll be using the stock cooler that came with the motherboard because we are not overclocking the CPU, so there is no reason to put like a bigger heatsink or anything. I think a stock heatsink is perfectly fine. Now the RAMs I went with Crucial Ballistix Sports VLP 1600 MHz 8 gigs of DDR3 RAMs for only $15 from Craigslist. So the graphics card I picked for this build is the EVGA GeForce GTX 750 Ti 2 gigs. This graphics card is a very popular graphics card. I was lucky enough to pick this graphics card from Facebook for $60. Also, as you guys can see, the graphics card comes with 1 display port, 1 HDMI port and 1 DVI port. Now, the hard drive I went with Seagate 500 gig 2.5 hard drive is from a laptop. I picked it up from Craigslist for $20. The guy said he hardly used it. I know it's a slower hard drive, 54 RPM, but later on maybe I'll upgrade, but for now I'll just use this hard drive. As you guys can see, the case is a Diablotek ATX case with 400 watt PSU combo. I picked it up from Micro Center for $30 and you cannot go wrong with, guys. This case comes with a 400 watt PSU, as you guys can see, and you can run a RX 480, RX 470, RX 580, GTX 1060 will run perfectly fine. I tested all this graphics card and this power supply was working perfectly fine. Also, you can install a 2 SSD, 2.5 SSD or 2 hard drive 2.5 or a full size hard drive. I personally think, guys, for $30 Diablotek case is a pretty slick case. As you guys can see, the front panel comes with 2 USB 2 port, 1 audio jack, 1 microphone jack. Now mind you, the audio jack and microphone jack is not going to work because motherboard doesn't have the audio plug. Also, there is a power switch and a reset switch. You can also install a SD card reader and 2 optical drive. So let's not waste any more time, guys, and let's just jump into the build.